Hi everyone, welcome to another weekly video, and today I'm going to discuss an aspect of TMS recovery that is very little discussed, I find, and that is what Dr. Sarno calls the soothe to rage ratio. So what is this ratio? So basically Sarno believed that some people got pain because there was such a build-up of tension in the body, and there was nothing to counterbalance it. There was nothing to reduce it, because these people were constantly thinking about their problems, about their pain, or they were constantly working, and they were not finding time to unplug, wind down, and enjoy themselves. Now, a lot of TMSers, as you know, may be people who are perfectionists, really hardworking people, ambitious people, who put their work first or others first. So they might be people who are not kind enough to themselves, and that's what causes what we call the inner child in us to get really angry, okay, and frustrated. Because you might consciously decide that, okay, you're gonna work the weekend, for example, and you might be maybe okay with that decision consciously, but unconsciously there might be something inside of you that's, full of rage because you're not enjoying yourself enough. You're not taking care of yourself enough. So, yeah, that's what the soothe to rage ratio is all about. It's about finding time to relax and do something enjoyable. And from my own experience, I remember when I had TMS pain, I spent the winter and the spring doing practically nothing except working, because I couldn't climb anymore, I couldn't hike anymore because of my leg pain, and I thought that there was nothing else to enjoy in life. But then summer came and I started to go swimming, believing that it would help me, because initially I was still looking at it as a structural problem. Funnily enough, I did feel better while swimming. Sometimes the pain went away completely while swimming, which is interesting. And so I kept going. And also my husband was really supportive as well at the time. So we used to take our dinners by the sea a lot of days. So we used to have a swim and then eat by the sea, have a drink. And at least that provided me with some relief, and that could induce what we call the relaxation response. And relaxation response is exactly the opposite of the stress response. Now, unfortunately, you can't do this, just once a month or something, because it's not enough. We have to maintain this ratio between the stress or rage, as Sarno called it, and the relaxation and the activities that we enjoy in our life. So, depending on what you're going through at the moment, it could be, a sport you enjoy, if you enjoy running and if you can run, something that ideally you could do every week, at least once a week, that will help you unwind. It could even be meeting friends and having a glass of wine, to be honest. And I'd like to stress the importance of taking time out to enjoy yourself solely for pleasure, okay? Because especially because of the times we are in, we're constantly being told not to go out and have fun because of the pandemic and to be responsible. Of course, we need to be responsible, but not to the extent of damaging our mental health. So ideally you would find an activity that is safe, like, walking in nature, having a drink with your partner or with a friend. If you can't go to a bar because they're closed due to the pandemic, you can just take your own drink outside. I know it's winter in most places, so that makes it a little bit trickier, but you know what I mean. Playing a board game, for example. Anything that takes your mind off your problems for a couple of hours each week, if not every day ideally, because that will really, really balance out your system. Because remember, TMS is an accumulation of stress. It's like when our our inner child reaches boiling point, okay? So something needs to be done. So and I see that there's this, I notice this thing in certain people, that they tend to believe that having fun is a sin, and that it's irresponsible somehow. And I think that's really, really damaging from a health perspective. I don't believe in that. I love to have fun. I love my sports. I love to go out and have a drink if possible. If it's not possible, I love to go out on a picnic. I mean, there are so many things that you can do if you really, really think about it, you know. I mean, it could even be watching a comedy once or twice a week and having a drink on the side or a chocolate. I mean, I don't want to encourage people to develop any bad habits or to be responsible at this time in our lives, but I'd just like to stress something that I don't think is stressed enough, that it's important to give yourself time to relax and have fun, and that will have an amazing side effect on your chronic pain levels on its own. Even if you don't do any TMS work, it will have a great effect. And then, of course, TMS work will help you when you actually have the pain, and will help you react to the pain differently and manage it differently. But I think this is one of the key steps not to miss out on. Okay, so that's it for now. Have fun responsibly, and see you next time.